We started off with the first layer of cream products already on, and she told everyone to grab 2 blush shades, one that's a darker, more muted color and one that's a more vibrant, brighter color. One thing that I thought was really interesting is that she actually uses a large fluffy brush to go in with the first layer of blush. So she put a little bit on the back of her hand and then tapped that brush in to warm it up and just evenly coat it on the brush. After the brush was coated, she took a little bit and tapped it on, starting from the apple of the cheek. As she moved back and forth, she said that she didn't like to go further than where your brow ended. One thing I also noticed were that the tapping motions were really light, but she also did like to layer up. Don't be afraid to do that. I'm gonna go back on the back of my hand and go in with a little bit more. I feel like the key is if you think you've put on enough, you haven't. Pick up our concealer and go back in on our face to clean it up. The inner corner and in this area around our nose. That's it. Say goodbye to your makeup sponge and your concealer brush because you do not need them for this step. And that's because she blends the concealer out with a powder puff. Right in there under eye. We asked her what is her most life-changing makeup tip, technique, hack. It was using the powder puff to blend the cream product. I'm just gonna go back in with that blush brush. Here I can move on to the second blush. You're gonna take that same powder puff, flip it over. This is what we're gonna use to apply the second blush. She said you really got to beat it into the product. Then there were just light taps on top of that blush. Layer, layer, layer. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more, and then it was time to set. She used a pink setting powder, and I happen to have 2 options, one size ultra pink and Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom Cake. Huda flipped it back over to the concealer side. She poured a little, ooh, that was a lot, but she poured that setting powder into her hand. And she did the same thing by evenly tapping that powder puff into the powder. It's time to set. So pretty. I do also have this Huda Beauty Ube birthday cake shade. Yeah, see? This is beautiful. Little bit of this highlighter by Fenty. And with that, I think I'm gonna stop right here.